Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now I know I owe you guys some updates on the Nighthawk, the Barracuda, the Jeepster, hell and back, and we're going to get to those in the next videos. But today I have a huge problem, and I think I have a solution. Let me show you. So a couple weekends ago, the Fab Rats reached out to me and said, hey, we're going to Glamis, we want the wild card Nick there. They also said they're bringing vintage VWs. That's where I have a problem. I don't have a VW. I've never owned a VW. I don't know anything about VWs, except for they're German, they're not known for power, and that's about it. So yeah, I could bring the Jeepster. It's the only off-road rig I have, and it would be a blast, and I'm going to bring it. But I can't bring the Jeepster to a VW event. So I did what any hot rod junkie would do. I started cruising Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace like a crackhead, even though I do that pretty much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week anyways. And let me show you what I found. Last night, I don't know, about 7 o'clock, a buddy was here at the shop. I was getting ready to do some work on the Nastamando, and I messaged, I don't know, probably 5,000 people on vintage sand rails and dune buggies. And this guy messaged me back at 7 a.m. last night, or 7 p.m. last night, and said, hey, we got a deal. I made him an offer. He said, come pick this baby up. Let me show you. This thing is freaking sweet. I'm going to go ahead and apologize to VW guys now because I'll probably butcher explaining this thing. But it's a Manx. I don't know if it's an actual Manx or if that's just the name of the body or what. But it's a dune buggy. It's registered as a 58. It's got a 4-speed bus transmission. Got some old American racing wheels on it. Got a 1600cc twin-port dual-carb motor. And let me tell you, this thing gets after it. It's so light, so fun. It's literally like a go-kart. I mean, it can turn pretty much 360 degrees where it sits. It's just a freaking blast. Me and Ace took it for a couple rips this morning. Did some donuts in the backyard over there in the grass. But now we're going to pull it in the shop, go through it. The carbs are a little gummed up. Like I said, it's been sitting for like a year and a half. Shift linkage is a little sloppy, so we're just going to kind of button up some stuff on it. Probably add a spreader bar in the back of the roll cage, some 5-points, so keep me and Ace safe out there in the dunes. Then after that, I got to see if they're going to fit on the trailer together. We bring in the Nastamando and the dune buggy. So let's get this baby pulled in the shop. Before I pull this thing in the shop, I think we ought to warm it up. And the best way to warm it up is probably with donuts. Let's see how she does. Oh, right into the pile. She's a runner. All right, let's get the Nighthawk moved out of here and get the dune buggy in here. So I think first thing on the list, we got to pretty her up a little bit. I like the all black, but it's kind of boring. Got to get something fun going. Maybe some scallops, some pinstripe, maybe green to match the Jeepster. We'll see. Got to get the 5-points in, which I already explained that. And just kind of go through this thing, fix the crooked headlights. It's looking a little cross-eyed right now, looking like me after a couple beers. I think we're going to move these off the fender, and by we, I mean me, and get them moved down there to the push bar down there. And might rework some of that, who knows. And then just kind of go through it, see what it needs. The headlight switch is pretty janky, so we'll probably fix that, maybe clean up some of the wiring. And then I might pull those carbs off, but the more I run it, the better it's getting. So it's always great when a car fixes itself. I might just put some carb clean in it and call her a day. And I'm going to take a look at the shift linkage because she's pretty sloppy. All right, guys, first work of order. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this headlight switch. Got some nice little hood tie downs there. Doesn't have a hood prop, so what we do have is a drag link from the Barracuda. See if this will work. Probably gonna be a little sketchy, but hey, sometimes sketchy is the best. And the Okay, what was I just saying about the hood falling on me? Thankfully, nothing got screwed up. But let me show you this rat's nest. I don't know why there's so many wires. There's like 4 things that need power on this thing. So um, probably an unnecessary amount of wires in there, but I'll just leave them that way in case there's issues. I have plenty of stuff to cut off and rewire stuff with. I messed with the headlight switch a little bit, but I thought I had an extra. I don't. So we'll go to O'Reilly's later and get that. But I'm going to fix the crooked eye here. These headlights are going to be super, super important. That way, when I'm smoking Hunter and Paul in the drag race down the beach or down the dunes, I can see where I'm going. Pretty important stuff. I'm coming for you, Fab Rats. I'm super excited. I've never been to Glamis before, but it should be pretty fun. I'm planning on bringing this and the Jeepster, so I think the Jeepster will be a lot of fun down there too. We'll probably end up driving this pretty much the whole time unless it breaks. Then we will hop in the Nastamando and hopefully not break that. So I think it's a little more expensive to fix than the old VW. Now this light is loose. This looks like some old repops or something. Let's see how shaky it is. Let's see where it's shaking at. Doesn't look like this cup is tightening down all the way. We can get a wrench on that. Get her tightened up. Let's see. Yep, looks like it's a size channel locks. So this thing has this cool little access lid here for the fuel tank. But this thing is heavy. Diamond plate, like 1/8-inch diamond plate. It's dune buggy, man. You got to keep it light. Probably, get a piece of aluminum and make a new one for this. Probably make it fit a little better too. This thing's a little janky. Don't have a lot of horsepower to play with, so we got to make this thing as light as we can. You feel me? All right, guys. Good morning. Sunday morning. A little chilly out in the shop. Got a few things done last night. I started messing with some scallops. Still kind of playing with some ideas. Not really sure what route I'm going to go yet. If I'm going to paint the whole thing, paint just the scallops, pinstripe it, or not do any of it because I got to leave in a couple days. But I did get the 5-point in last night. Let me show you. So I got the 5-point in, got the booster in. Ended up not putting a spreader bar in because these 5 points my dad gave me are awkwardly long, and I was able to get them bolted through the frame. So should do the job. We're not going to be doing anything too crazy. We'll keep it under 100 miles an hour. All right, guys, next up on the agenda, we're going to get a hot rod paint job on this thing. I got some scallops taped off. Scallops are like one of my favorite things, kind of just an old school hot rod look. Super low dollar budget. I'm using all crap I had left over. This yellow stuff is party supplies for my kid's 5th birthday party we had last year. This is some old craft paper I had laying around. Reason old paint I had laying around. I'm out of mixing cups, so we're going to be using a milk jug to mix our paint and our thinner. And then I couldn't get any activator. I ran out. The stuff I had was no good anymore. Sunday, can't get any activator. So we're going to be using clear coat from a spray can. So we'll see how this turns out. Let's get some paint mixed. Our mixing cup. Got some reducer here. We're going to be using this Chrysler Hydro Blue. It's the same color as my 2020 Ram. Had a little under a quart left over. So we're going to mix this up. I think it's going to look good on the black. And we'll probably do a white pinstripe around that. So we're going to get this mixed up. Like I said, using an old milk carton. We're just going to kind of eyeball it. You don't need a bunch of fancy crap to make things look cool. Will it look like a show car? Probably not. Is it going to look damn cool still? Definitely. Oh, yeah. That is going to be beautiful. Forgot to clean off that screwdriver. Probably going to get some contamination. But hey, that's all right. This adds to the flavor. Little trick when you guys are pouring stuff out of these cans like reducer or activator or whatever. If you keep the spout on top, it pours much easier. All right, gonna pour this in the gun and have us some fun. All right, guys, there's the first coat down. Laid out all right. This paint has a lot of pearl in it. It's actually pretty hard to paint this color. I don't know if it's the blue or what, but when I painted bumper on my truck, it was a little bit of a struggle too. But it should turn out all right. A couple drips here and there. I haven't painted in a long time. I'm sure you guys are going to tell me my spray pattern's wrong and everything else is wrong and I probably suck. But you know what? If you think that, you suck. Burn! Just using this. It's U-Paul Fantastic Diamond Clear 2K technology. Just from O'Reilly's. He puts this in the bottom and activates it. I've used it before. It actually works pretty good. But we'll see how it lays out. Got great weather. All right. Got her shaken up. She's activated. Let's see how this lays down. Of course, now I'm getting ready to lay the clear down. Getting a little windy, but hey, that's all right. All right, we'll let that sit for a little. Give her another coat here in a minute. All right, guys, clear's on. She's looking wet. Hard to tell where the scallops are, kind of, because all the tape and everything's painted. But pull off all the plastic and paper here in a second. Give you the reveal. It's time. Let's get this thing untaped. Hopefully, it looks as cool in person. Well, in reality, than I thought it was going to look. I don't think that came out right, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All right, guys, my phone filled up full of storage when I was filming that. So here you go. Looks pretty sweet. I'm going to get the pinstripe brushes out now and pinstripe a white line around the blue scallops. And I'm pretty pumped on how it turned out. Looks pretty cool. I'm going to call this thing done and ready to go. A couple small things to do to it, but I just finished pinstriping it. She's ready to party. Now all we got to do is buff the black paint out, check a couple fluids, and then I'm loading both of these babies up on the trailer, and we're going to head to Glamis to go hang out with the Fab Rats. Stay tuned for my next video, guys. I got updates on the Jeepster coming, updates on the Barracuda coming, and a review from the 24-hour Hill and Back Challenge. Thanks for tuning in.